So when we sit in the wings on the sidelines and we do a lot of watching initially and we understand where focus and priorities are, we get to usually the second part of a strategic session, which is famously known as Rock Day or Project Setting Day or OKR setting, whatever you want to call it. And we see one or two things. We see either a team of 10 people in the entire business, for example, that have got 7 or 8 different focuses over the next quarter, or we see we haven't got anything, or we've got all these old archaic ones that we've not finished. Now, what it tells me is that when we lift the hood up a little bit and start digging, is that there is zero connection to what sets this business apart to anybody else and what they're working towards. They've been very, very reactive. So the important element is that we've got 3 unique differentiators set into the business as to who it is that we are. We know what we're working on before we get to it. But Chris, we've got our differentiators. Our differentiators are, we are the trusted advisors, and we are people who don't talk tech, we talk human. Have you got any idea how often I see this in companies? And when you lift under the hood and you go through the work and you start asking the right questions and you find out that we've got actual differentiators that reflect who we are. So how does this manifest? How can we tell whether they're right or wrong or missing entirely? A good way of doing this is looking at the projects that you're working on right now, your internal projects, not your client projects. What is it that you're moving towards? If there's no projects, there's no rocks, OKRs, whatever you want to call them, set, then there's probably no direction, which is then we don't know what we're focused on, which is then we don't know what the kind of unique swim lanes are. So there's also another connection here of the 3-year goal. Where do we want to be in 3 years? Because if we haven't defined that, and we haven't defined the way that we're going to get there, which is the 3 uniques, because those 3 uniques should create 3 swim lanes that talk to where we want to be in 3 years, which essentially creates 12 quarterly projects that get us to that point in 3 years. There's an excellent book out there from Michael Porter. He wrote a big old book on strategy, and you can read the whole thing and just get to this one takeaway, like most books, which is when you ask somebody about what their strategy is for a business, they will give you this overly verbose, waffly, inconcise message. And then you ask them half an hour later and it'll be different. And strategy is not about a verbose statement. Strategy is about understanding what differentiates you from everybody else. So when you look at 3 unique differentiators, we've got one thing on its own, not a differentiator, because there'll be however other million people. You've got 2 things combined, which means, okay, we've probably lowered the playing field to maybe 100,000 people. And then you've got 3 things combined. It's a much closer chance to you being unique than just having one. So how many of you lead with, we've got great service, this is our differentiator? Well, flip it on its head. How many times is somebody going to go to a prospect and say, do you know what one of our things is? We're really shit at our service. Like what we do, we're not very good at all. Don't tell me you're a comedian, make me laugh. So if this video has got you thinking about your differentiators aren't as different from others out there, then what can you go and do about it? So a really easy task to do is just canvas the people around you, your clients, your team, your stakeholders, if you want to be corporate about it, and just ask them a simple question, which is, why do you stay? If they're a client, you can even ask the same question to your staff. And if you want to understand and you're not sure, you're sat on the fence, there's a link attached below, which is essentially our discovery, a beta version of our entire discovery, which will tell you maybe that this is working or not working and give you some pointers as to what you can go and do. So have a click at the link, it's free, go and help, or go and canvas your staff, but it'll make a difference.